been about a week and a half, maybe, since I started training something along the lines of greasing the groove style with my calisthenics. I did that maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and then again probably about 8 years ago. Each of those times I always felt like it was a really good way for me to train, but usually something completely unrelated to calisthenics ended up making it impossible for me to keep exercising. And then I kind of had to start back over with calisthenics each time with a heavy body weight, with a low amount of reps for everything that I could do. I think in the past I was probably able to get up to around 10 in chin-ups at the highest. And that was when I was weighing a bit more, so probably a lot harder than it is right now for me. But at this point, a couple of weeks ago, I was only training once to around 3 times a week because I couldn't get enough recovery to continue training. But 2 weeks ago, ended up having an entire week when I was waiting for the perfect day to train, and that perfect day never really came because I didn't have enough time at home, and I had an entire week off of work because they didn't get enough orders, and I only get work at that place when I have enough orders, when they have enough orders, that is, that they need me to go make some stuff. And so starting a week and a half ago, I decided I'm just going to train whenever I can, as often as I can, and see how it works. And on work days, that means that every 15 or 20 minutes I'm doing a set. And at home, it means I'm doing a set when I wake up, for starters, and I'll try to fit in another set or another few sets later in the day if things work out so that it's possible. But I'm gonna keep training every single day without taking any rest days, and that way I don't have to wait for the perfect day, because every day is an exercise day. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to need to take a rest day in the near future, but my bicep muscle has already grown a centimeter in the last week and a half, which it was having trouble growing for the last few months actually. And I was mostly focusing on fat loss with training in mind, and still doing training when I could, but it wasn't enough training. As far as I could tell, I couldn't get enough volume in. And now greasing the groove, making it so that I'm exercising actively as often as I can. I probably even could ramp up the activity a little bit more maybe. But anyway, getting in a set, or at least even a half set if I don't fill up to a set, at least every hour if I can, but I don't know if it's been that good for every day, but at least that's my goal. At work, yeah, so it's been more like once every 15-20 minutes, but at home it's been a little bit harder to do, so I don't know, maybe it evens out to something like that in the end. with push-ups and pull-ups, I've been able to increase my rep max quite a bit in the last week and a half already. I was at around 8 chins for the last month or so, and now yesterday I did 11 chins. I think today I only did 10, but I might have been able to squeeze out one more if I had really pushed it. But in Grease in the Groove style, actually, you're not really supposed to be training to rep max, so I should actually be training a little bit lower, possibly, if I'm going to be doing it this often. I'll have to see how things work out. I've been training a little bit higher than what's recommended, but not quite as high as one would be training if they were training only once every few days. So I'm not going to complete muscle failure or anything like that. I just go to where I think the next rep probably wouldn't work out if I tried, and then I just wait for the next set. So it's kind of like a premature failure, I would say, and that's been able to be utilized often now. At least on work days it's been a slightly higher in frequency, and on other days when I can go to the park or something where they have a pull-up bar, I can get a pretty good frequency. And even at home, when I can get away from the living room and go over to the pull-up bar in the clothing room, I do some over there. So at least I can do it daily, if not high frequency. Maybe daily is frequent enough, even if it's 1 or 2 sets. And so, anyway, for the past couple months, I've only been mostly walking with a little bit of training, and now this week, with higher frequency calisthenics and hopefully higher frequency walking, I'll get off of the plateau that I've had for the last couple weeks and start seeing some concrete fat loss progress. Luckily, I am seeing some muscle building progress, so if fat loss and muscle building go as I hope, maybe my goals won't be as far away as they seemed like they were. But either way, it seems like if I don't do something stupid, I should be able to reach my weight goal reasonably soon. I'm still worried about what that means for my body fat percentage goal, because my muscle has gone down a significant amount. I would say it's not an insignificant amount. It's like 8 kilograms since the beginning of last year, at least according to the scale. My body fat has gone down a lot more than that, so maybe 20 kilograms or something. And I don't want to be losing muscle, so losing any muscle is not ideal. If I get down to my target weight and I've lost a lot more muscle than I have already, I'll be really shocked. But at least I'll be at a low enough weight that trying to build back muscle hopefully should make more sense than trying to do that at a heavier weight. I'll have to see how things go. Well, with around 7 or 8 kilos to lose, I'll see what it's like when I get down there, and maybe at least the way that I'm looking in the mirror, I feel like I haven't lost as much muscle as my weight scale is saying, and I don't know if I'm as high body fat percentage as it's saying. I do have quite a bit of lower back fat and lower abdominal fat, and a bit of fat around my thighs that I'm hoping to get rid of. And I'm a bit worried about loose skin. But in the mirror, I feel like there should be enough muscle that when I get down to 80 kilograms, it shouldn't be too terrible. I'll still have some muscle to build when I get there, but I guess I'll have to see how much more muscle I have to build to get to the low body fat percentage that I've been shooting for. And I guess we'll see how long it takes to build that muscle and not get fat in the process. It'll be my first time being lean, or even being a low body weight, close to lean anyway, and it'll be my first time trying to gain weight in a long time. I won't be trying to gain too much weight, but I'm trying to gain muscle weight, which means I'm going to be stepping into new territory when I get there, because I've never been in a situation where I'm not always desperately trying to be in a calorie deficit. And luckily over the past 2 years with tracking everything, it seems like it's probably going to be a lot easier, but we'll have to see how things go. Well, I guess I'll put it into this video. Anyone on Instagram, just be sure to follow and comment and like and everything. Not getting quite as much engagement as I would hope, but I'm not really putting this out there for engagement. It just seems like something that would be nice to have. Not exactly a priority, but having people giving tips and trying to help me, encourage me with my progress would be nice. I'm getting a little bit of that on Facebook, I think, but yeah, whatever. What am I talking about? Okay, signing off.